Hello everyone, welcome on in. And we got an ad break coming up, but we're just gonna ignore that bit. Hello everyone, welcome on in and happy Monday. I'm very sorry about the tech goblins. They happened. This is live. Meh. It was frustrating for about 20 minutes, but got it fixed.
Choo choo.
Welcome on in to did I not restart that? I did not. There it is.
Now I will be muting anything else. I'll be hearing myself lagging as well.
Yes. So, quick thing. Music you are listening to is by, I should know his name by now, Aaron Kenny. Song called The Black Cat. You can find it over at the YouTube library. Thank you, Psycole. I appreciate that. The sound effects and music during the game will be by Sirenscape. The overlay starting soon screen and the maps during the game were made by me in Incarnate. I haven't added Oren's new character art on the overlay, I realized. And thank you for the gift sub, Terris. But the amazing character art was made by Nat. You can find him there. And there's something else I was going to do. But yes, if you want to see what you can do to help or hinder the party during the stream, you can type in !perks in the chat. And while I fix the missing image for Terris. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Psycole. If you want to see previous episodes of this campaign and or other campaigns, you can check out the YouTube channel. Woo, we have one of those. The VODs from this particular campaign goes up on Wednesdays. Yeah. So while I get Terris's character art put up there, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. And let's start out with the mystery man, where Bastion used to be, because unfortunately, due to work being a bitch, Jason had to step down from this campaign. Curse having to be an adult with adult responsibilities and such. So instead, we have a mystery guest whose character will be introduced later on, but player, who are you? Andy.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Everything is allegations, and I have nothing to do with this. But no, I'm Andy. I'm I'm the person mostly behind the annoyance of other players, the destruction of items, the hordes of monsters happening, and now it's. I can only imagine what will ensue, what it normally does ensue whenever I play, is that our DM tries to kill me. And rightfully so, because she doesn't normally get too much of a chance to do that. So that will be fun, and I will be playing a character that will be introduced later, because the suspense is real, I guess. Yes, so that's me.
Nice. Terris.
Hello, I am Sir Terris, your friendly neighborhood ferret. Today I will be playing Oren Weaver, the morally ambiguous albino drow bard.
And once again, you are very quiet.
That's a mouthful.
Is that better?
That is much better.
I forgot to move my microphone back after I ate my sandwich.
That is very fair. Psycole.
Hello, I am no, that's not definitely not. I am Psycole, not psychotic, rather. arguments to the contrary. I am playing Remus Stildorn, the Kalishtar Barbarian, one half of the Juicem Twosome that we have in this game so far.
Yay.
And Nat.
Hello, I'm Nathan. I play Romulus Deldorn, the Kalashtar Hexblade Warlock and twin brother of Remus Deldorn.
I am not going insane. You didn't upload today. I was like,
What does that even mean?
no, like, usually midday when I'm doing prep, there's a video from Nat going up, and I have that in the background. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
I have not had a chance to make any new videos because of uni at the moment, so I'm hoping I'll find time later on. But for now, any art I hopefully will do, I will post onto my Instagram, so that's where you'll find it. You'll just have to binge watch all my old videos.
oh, that's not a problem. It's more of it's become a habit of mine now to just have that on
Aw.
while I'm doing prep
I'm
stuff.
sorry, there's no new content at the moment, but there will be at some point soon, I hope.
Oh,
Yay.
that's fine. That's fine. Everyone can catch up on your stuff.
Good. They must do so.
Yes.
Yes.
I've drawn several of my characters.
I know.
Yeah, I've built an army.
But yes. Brain. Okay, was there anything else? Quick announcement. 8 Coins for the Ferryman has been moved to Thursdays for the foreseeable future due to same player's stupid work schedule and the other players going, yeah, why not? So instead of Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Central European time, we're gonna be Thursdays, same time. And then on Friday, another Vaesen mystery kicks off at 10 a.m.
Yay.
Central European time. This time they are going to Sin City, 1890s Sweden. They had mixed gender baths.
Oh no. Making a scandalon.
I mean, yes.
Nani?
Yeah, you're going there in winter though, so not that many bathers. Anywho.
Also,
But-
the reason why it's mixed gender in the winter. More body heat.
Everyone looks alike.
Oh god.
Yes.
When you walk in, you're all covered in fur, so you're just like, I'm going into the ladies' bath. Okay, fine. What about that bit? Oh, no, that's just my scarf. Yes, carry on.
Oh no, this was even more scandalous than that. This was the beach. Where they allowed men and women to be on and bathing at the same time.
Oh no.
I know. But anyway, that kicks off on Friday with an amazing cast of people, Terris included. But for now, if we are all as... Nope. Recap of what happened last time. Anyone
Oh, yeah,
want to
that.
do that for a inspiration point? No one wants to do it.
I literally posted notes just beforehand. I can do it if you want.
I mean, anyone who wants to do it?
Last week on
Guy.
Cursed Swords and Wyverns Are Us. We were attempting to deal with Romulus's most recent affliction of being unwilling to go in the sun, which included making some spike shield umbrellas, which Oren also, I think, was borrowing at least one of them. And Oren also spent some time knitting a hat and veil out of red yarn for Romulus to wear as a way of shielding him from said sunlight.
Yes.
The sunlight sensitivity came about as a result of Lynette being a bit of a bitch. That's the sword in question. And so Remus decided to take things into his own hand, literally, and to borrow the sword to go outside and kill some of the wonderful little creatures that Oren can summon on a daily basis in an attempt to cure Romulus of his affliction. The baboon died quite quickly, and it didn't appear to have any real effect. So Remus, using what little brain power he has, decided it would be a better idea to concuss a black bear and carry that towards Romulus, for Romulus to attempt to stab to see if that would also satisfy Lynette. It didn't. And so Remus reverted to plan C, which was to fight his brother. To give him a sporting chance, Remus disarmed himself and decided he was going to use his fists. And boy, did he regret that when Romulus started hitting him with his sword. Needless to say, the brother raged. And it almost became a proper fight until we managed to get to the point where Nat failed his wisdom save. Lunette managed to get her strike in of her own, and therefore was at least partially satisfied, although still not curing Remus of his sunlight sensitivity. Romulus of his sunlight sensitivity. Deciding we weren't going to get any further, we piled up the bodies and were about to, and started to make our way onwards, only for the shadow of the wyvern we encountered the few days beforehand to cross over our path, and a dull thud to be heard. And there was a bit of an argument between Bastion and Romulus about whether or not we should or should not need to deal with the wyvern. Remus arguing that we should, on the basis that we didn't deal with the other shit around Slug Keep and got some shit from our employer for it. Bastion of the I don't want to fight a wyvern variety. We went and fought the wyvern. I think Remus won out slightly, although Bastion insisted on sitting off to one side and throwing random stones, which included one that heavily concussed the wyvern at one point or another. During said fight, Remus seems to be having a rage problem, namely that he seems to lose control and have some sort of hot flush. He is not menopausal, he is a bloke. And at the end, yeah, well, I think he is. At the end of said fight, a wash of psychic purplish flame flood out of his body in a giant cone in front of him, narrowly missing Romulus. So we have that mystery to deal with at some point, as to where that's coming from and why. The wyvern was dead. We hacked off its stinger, and then we decided it would be a good idea to move on, given that we'd ideally like to find somewhere nice to rest. And in the process, we walked off and came across probably something that was too good to be true in terms of a campground. It had a lovely little pool of water and a little stream and a nice little area for us to make a camp with a pre-existing fire. And so we kind of made camp. Oren went for a bath. Remus changed the water supply. And then Oren effectively keeled over, and so did Remus after touching the water. And we have now got to deal with sparkly, tinkly water that now heals us. Or sends us to sleep, one of the two.
I'm hoping I'm not dead.
No, I think we were asleep in an entirely non-magical way to get around the drow's resistances.
Yes.
Probably alchemical.
I mean, yeah, you can have a point of inspiration for that one. If you already have it, you can bounce it to someone else. And yes, this is a world that's basically at the early start of the Industrial Revolution. There are ways to put people to sleep that does not involve bad magic.
I am lucky enough to not require inspiration for the first time in 8 sessions. Who would like it? Who doesn't have it? Nat? Terris?
I mean, Orem can have it if
Give it to Oren. Oren hands out the bardic inspiration, so Oren can have the normal inspiration.
Thank you.
Nice, nice. Okay. And with that, if we are all as comfortable as we are going to get, I'm going to swap over the music. And just as Sirenscape decides to be Sirenscape again, There we go. There we are.
There we go, and here we are.
Yes.
And there we go.
The air is quiet and calm around you. Steam slowly rises from your breaths, and mist equally rises from the glistening pond. An owl hoots softly in the distance. Remus, you look around for a moment, and there's nothing there except the newcomer. The pale elf, all standing, looking equally confused next to you. Romulus isn't there, neither is Bastion. Near you, however, a giant elk, pronged horns almost bursting out of its head like so many spring saplings, is drinking from the pond next to you. And a few steps back, an enormous wolf is standing watch, not bothering at all. Not hostile, not interested, just looking. A sound breaks the quiet, and the elk raises his head, looks around, and the wolf stares straight at you, then turns into the distance, looking at something. You can hear the tread of gentle feet walking over the rapidly cooling ground. You can hear snapping of blades of grass as a form emerges from between the trees, roughly where you came into this area. What would you like to do?
Strangle the cat.
I need to figure out what happened to my power source, because I think the cat just unplugged my laptop. But I can still hear.
All right. So, Remus, Oren, someone is approaching.
Someone's approaching and there is a giant deer, right?
There's a giant deer, there's a giant wolf, someone is approaching, and Bastion and Romulus are not there.
So the first
right.
thing that that Oren is going to say is just, that is a lot of venison.
Do you want me to try to kill it?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, mate. We're not going to be able to carry that.
Have you looked at Bastion recently?
Yeah, I mean, there's Bastion, and he's built like a brick shithouse, but... Still.
I will... Yeah, okay.
Yes?
I will walk up to the wolf. What, wolf? Yes, I will walk towards the wolf with my arms open and say Romulus, as if Romulus has somehow been transformed into a wolf. Let's see what it says.
The wolf tilts his head, still looking at you, blinking softly. And then you start hearing a rumbling sound. And you can see the fur on the back of its shoulder start to rise up a little bit.
Uh-oh. Well, now you've made him angry.
I know what I'm doing. And I attempt to mentally connect to the wolf.
Okay.
And say into its head, "I'm a friend."
Let me double check something real quick. You would think I had the stat box up, and I did, but
Nothing changed with the Fire Nation attack.
no. So your mental connection, it needs to. What's the actual writing on the?
What's the word for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 seconds then. Here we go. We don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language.
All right. As you try to connect with it, there's nothing. The wolf tilts his head, and you see it start to relax a little bit, but that's it.
Okay, he's going to do his Disney princess shit then, and start ritually casting Speak with Animals.
All right. That's gonna take you roughly 10 minutes. So, Oren, while Remus is being a Disney princess, what are you doing? I think we lost Oren. Terris, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Okay, so he did say that his power was out. So while we wait for the ritual to finish, Romulus, Remus, and Oren are face down on the ground, knocked out. Stu and Bastion awake.
Shit. I turn them over and try to make sure they're, like in a safe kind of area so they don't hurt themselves while they're knocked out.
Yep.
I try and I poke them in the face. Oh, there they go.
And we lost Terris.
See if there's like coax anything.
Okay. Give me a medicine check.
Medicine check. 8.
They're asleep.
Okay.
Breathing seems normal. Eye movement seems normal. Heartbeat seems normal. But they're asleep, both of them.
Interesting. Can I have a look? Not go near the water, but have a look if there's anything like suspicious in the area that might be causing or might have caused anything.
You can give me a investigation or nature check, your choice.
A huge barrel saying Acme and sleeping agent.
Investigation.
Nice. Okay.
Nat 20.
As you poke around, so as you walk up to the pond itself, you see that there's like a small waterfall that feeds the pond. And the pond itself looks like it's very clean water. It's in the chill. You can see tiny, like small bits of steam coming off of it. So it is a lot warmer in the water than around. And with a 22 investigation, you do see that something seems to be left. As you follow the stream up a bit, among a cluster of rocks, you do see what looks like a large basket of plant matter. It's been shoved into one of the little nooks in the pile of rocks. And like tiny
Sorry.
bits of like tiny sprinkles of whatever that is feeding into the water, into the pond. And you get a sweet kind of acrid scent when you get close to it. It's I would say almost like a sterile scent to it.
Interesting. Can I take this basket and then bring it down to Bastion to see if
Yeah, absolutely.
he's got any? I'll do that then. Maybe his owl friend might be able to determine what this could be, or he could. He might have a history of substances.
Also, sorry about that.
Yeah, no
That's
worries.
okay.
Had unplugged my internet and my laptop.
All in one motion.
No! When I wandered over, he was pulling plugs out of the PowerPoint.
Wow.
Orange guys.
I mean, yeah, I mean, why not, I guess.
Who needs internet?
To check on the plant matter in this basket-like thing, and you see it's like a wicker basket with large holes in it. And it's absolutely waterlogged. It's still dripping when you're carrying it, and you feel a slight tingling. Is Romulus wearing like leather gloves or anything on his hands?
Oh God.
No.
Hang on.
Considering the question, the answer is no.
Hang on. I'm trying to have a look, see if I can find my character sheet to see if I can, like,
If
I
you
think
can
he does,
finagle your way
actually.
out of this one.
I think he does. In the picture I did, I think he does have some kind of glove.
Okay.
on.
You see, like the gloves are getting wet on the outside, but being fucking fly, being leather gloves, nothing comes through the gloves itself, but it drips as you walk along. And if you want to check the plant matter, I need you to make a nature check to identify, unless you have a herbalist kit or a poisoner's kit.
Oh, I do not have any of them.
Okay.
So what do I need again? Sorry.
Say I have a
nature.
poisonous kit on me. that you
What?
could-
Sorry.
And
I would have a poisonous kit on me, but whether you'd know that, I don't know.
you don't have anything on you right now.
You're currently nude.
My clothing would have.
I don't.
You don't know where he keeps it.
True, but no, a nature
Yeah.
check.
Nature check. Let's give
Yes.
this a go. What do I get?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's very clumped up in this wicker basket. You still get that very how it is. It's kind of a hospital smell from it. So very sterile, kind of sweet, kind of acrid.
Can I tell if that basket's been there a long time?
Yeah, so it is a wicker basket and it looks absolutely waterlogged. So the wood is starting to turn slightly green. So it's been there a long time.
Interesting. I show it to Bastion, but keep it away just in case he doesn't have any like protection on. Because
I don't think he does. Let me check here. face. Nope, where are you? There. I don't. Let me check his
Yeah,
character.
I can't remember. I can't remember
No,
if
he
I've
doesn't.
actually joined.
His
Okay,
hands
yeah,
are
I'll
not
keep
covered.
it away from him.
So yeah, Bastian is going to look closer at it and then start unfolding his suitcase and bring Archimedes out. And what do you have? You do have alchemist's supplies. No,
I
we're gonna
hear
do.
cat.
Yes,
Okay.
he's very upset that the door is closed. Hi, come on.
Yes. So
So we're gonna do a nature check. No. It's
Oh no.
this
Hmm.
clump of whatever is as tangled as the threads of. Come on, brain, you know what it's called. Conspiracy.
I see. Well, this is what I think has caused these two to pass out. Now, the question is, how do we wake them up?
Hmm. Bastian walks over to because you flipped them to on their sides and is going to check if he can find something. What is he good at? He is in theory good at investigation, but no. See, the owl walking around on the ground, poking around, doing things, just trying to shove the basket away. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Are you talking about the basket or the cat?
yes.
Yes. Hopping back to Remus and Oren. Remus, 10 minutes have passed. You've cast Speak with Animals. And,
So he would after he's finished casting, he will mentally connect with the wolf again
Mhm.
and say, like, Romulus with a weird question mark behind it.
No.
Where are we?
The pond. Her pond.
Her pond.
Hmm.
Who is her?
Wolf points behind you.
Remus will turn around very suddenly.
And standing at the tree line, very patiently, stands an older woman in a very simple green dress, paler green apron, basket in held by both hands, looking between you and Oren, back and forth. Her face is a bit wrinkled, and you can see like crow's feet come out from deep brown, like dark brown eyes, and long brown hair streaked in gray and white is held back in a loose bun. And she has no boots or shoes on, but seems completely unbothered by the cold.
Is Oren
Speaking
still
of-
naked?
I was going to ask the same thing.
I was also about. Do I have?
Looking over, Oren is wearing what looks like a flowing white robes of sorts. And looking down, you have similar on you, Remus.
Oh god, I'm so happy that I'm not naked right now. That would be awkward. Says Oren.
Oh, dear boys, nothing I haven't seen before.
Well, you haven't seen mine, specifically. Right? Yeah, it appears that you just... Nah, I don't think you've seen mine. I'd remember.
Hmm? Oh. Yes.
Remus would check himself to see whether or not he's got any of his weapons on him.
No. All you have is this simple white linen robes on you.
Okay. He will then basically say, like, whisper to Oren to say, "Is it what it's like to dream?"
I don't know, mate. I'm an elf. I don't
Right.
dream.
France, yes. Fuck.
Yeah.
Excuse me, young lady. I'll be in a dream.
No, not really.
Okay, that's good, because that's makes this even more of a novel experience than what it
Did-
actually is.
Did we die? Is this hell?
Oh, no. Rude, but no, young child, no. This is,
Child? Yeah, looks around for the child.
No,
This is...
well, you did partake of the waters.
I had a bath.
I collected some to drink.
Right.
I will point out I collected some upstream from where he was bathing.
You are in the
Oh,
water. I'm civilized, you know.
I am terribly sorry about your predicament. The waters are a invitation.
An invitation.
An invitation to what?
What?
They say in unison.
Oh, to visit, of course. I get
Oh.
so few visitors.
I mean, I can visit. For a little while. You want?
It was not my intent to trick anyone. My friends and I
Was...
rarely get anyone from the outside to come say hi.
Well, that makes kind of a lot of sense since your pond, your pool, whatever it is, it's a little out of the way.
Didn't used to be. Used to be the people came from all over. Just say hi.
Sort of nudges you. Oh god, what's your character name? Shit.
Remus.
Hey, Remus. What do you think about a station here? You know? I mean, then she'd get more visitors.
I mean, yes, but we might want to warn them about whatever this is.
Well, yeah.
Like-
Who are you, by the way, lady?
Oh. they used to call me the lady of the crossroads, but there are no crossroads anymore. Not here.
Maybe there could be again, though.
Perhaps. Oh,
Why did
but
they used to call you the lady at the crossroads, other than the location?
well,
Feels like people will come to you for a particular reason.
I used to live near a large crossroad between the dark lands at the north and the ocean in the south. And now it's just a forest. But you didn't really ask for my title, I'm sure. My name is Eoni. I'm the protector of this one. And she pats a really large, ancient tree. And those seeking shelter in his shadow.
I probably don't know much about this person, but this is sort of god-like territory to Oren. Like, is she some kind of minor deity? He's wondering. What would he roll to try and figure this out?
History or religion?
Stupid noggin. Let's see. History or religion? Oren is an idiot and has a 0 to first. How do I get back to my normal thing? Cool. So let's roll. If I can find history and religion and all that. Where is that on this sheet?
Should be
Underneath the
right
saving
next
throws.
to your abilities.
Ah, I found it. Let's roll history.
Nah, doesn't ring a bell at all.
Yeah, he's just going to sort of stare blankly. Just, yes. Okay. This is fine.
Well, like I mentioned, it was not my intent to bring you in here unawares. I was not aware that my crossroads I was not aware that my crossroads were no longer visited as often as they used to be.
Oh, I mean, that's alright. No harm done, right? We will eventually go back to where we left off, I think, right? Right? Right?
You, dear child, and she looks at Oren, should wake up soon. If I remember correctly. But you, and she looks at Remus, I don't know. I've never met one of your kind before. Ones who... And she shudders a little bit. Not in like fear or disgust, but just like trying to focus, trying to find something out, and not really understanding the sensations. Just... You should not be able to be here.
Is this supposed to be some sort of dream? Because I didn't think I could dream.
It's not a
I've never dreamed.
dream. It's not a dream because elvenkind can visit. But it's not a dream, per se.
Is it a vision?
No.
An alternate?
Do you
state of
know?
consciousness? Is
Do
this
you
drugs?
Huh?
Between lands.
Sorry.
It's like someone so handily, God, pointed out. It's. Do you know of the various planes that move around ours?
I generally hit things for a living.
Right. So she looks at you.
Although
With a 15 intelligence
with that score, I
check,
probably should know.
you would know that.
I generally hit things.
You
I
would know
say
that there
I generally hit
are.
things for a living,
Yeah.
but the druids mentioned other planes recently, and therefore it's kind of in my front of my knowledge.
Yes. So you would know that there are different planes that circle the material plane, and you know that you've been close to at least one recently, where the frogs lived, where all the chaos stones kept building and falling, and seeing like a light come on in your eyes. She goes, ah, yes. So this glade, this clearing here, this pond, these trees, are like a door between the material plane and that of Lamania, the plane of the Fae.
Oh.
If you step into the water, you will return to your plane. If you walk through the forest from whence I came, you will walk into Lamania.
We definitely need to make this a stop on the train route, right?
It depends. If people get off and go into the Feywild, they the trees, they won't be paying a fare for much longer, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Seems bad
that could be
custom
a
to deposit people in the
destination.
wrong realm.
That could be a destination, mate. You know what I mean? Like, if people want to be in the Feywild, that's a great way to get there. Train trip out, hop off, jump in the pool, go to the Feywild.
Are you really suggesting that we should just have, what was the name of the what were the name of the stops that was mentioned near here? Oh, I'm terrible. Next stop, Great Crag, Feywild, followed by Slug Keep and termination at the Bay of Madness as an announcement on our train system.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
He agrees. If that's what you think is a good idea, then, like I said,
I mean,
I'm
I
mostly here
think
to
it's a
hit
good
things.
idea. I'm not sure what Bastian would think.
Bastion isn't here.
Exactly.
Pardon me, young ones. What is a train?
So, do you know what metal is?
Yes.
It's like a big metal carriage. Do you know what a carriage is?
Yes.
Okay. It's like a big metal carriage that runs along rails that has lots and lots of people in it. that sort of, I don't know. It's a train. It's a mode of transport for lots of people. Get to places quickly, straight route, as straight as possible through an area.
Ah, so a metal caravan.
Yeah, kind of like a metal caravan. That's exactly
But
what it is. Yeah.
But it's kind of pulled by this engine that runs on like this. It runs on like elemental energy, doesn't it? I can't remember
Yes.
what they run on. I'm sorry.
Lightning
Yeah.
elementals.
Yeah, it kind of runs on lightning elementals, so it goes really, really quickly.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
We're kind of clearing the way for a new rail that will cross from one side of the continent to another. There's a few stops that we've been told to make, but we could always add some extras in.
Exactly.
And Oren here suggested it might be a good idea that we could have a stop near you. And you can
Ooh.
become effectively a new keeper of the crossroads. The crossroads between the rail and
Yeah.
it was Lamania.
Lamania, yes. It's the
Lamania,
Eberron
yes.
version of the Feywilds.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I would like that, yes. And I can put up a warning sign to only drink the waters if you wish to move to Lamania, or just come and have tea with me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the wolf is looking at you, Remus, and just... Right. Okay. Did you want something?
Can I pet your wolf?
Oh,
Ooh,
he should be
Sorry, I
fine with
forgot.
that.
I was mildly distracted by the lady. Sorry. What was your name, Wolf?
Grey.
Ray,
Grey.
as in sunlight.
No,
Grey. Grey, as in the color of.
yes.
Do you always kind of hang around this weird gateway, or do you pop over to the material plane and have a wild romp?
No, I'm here. I'm here. My body is long gone.
That's kind of sad.
Why? This is fun.
But I was hoping to kind of bring you with me. I mean, I know we've only just met, but
Yeah.
I fancied the idea of a pet wolf.
Well, that's a player comment, casually just bringing along the, gods of the crossroads. Yes, let's do that. That seems like a healthy thing. Gods of beginnings and ends.
I mean,
There's no problem with this.
could also have been fun, but my body vanished. 100 seasons ago.
Wow. It's a long time. Can you, inhabit, the body of something else?
Never tried. Maybe.
Because, and they turn to Oren and they say, you have those weird things that you pull out of your sack every day. Like, is one of those a wolf? Could you, pull a cuddly wolf out and just turn it into a body that Grey could
I don't
possess?
really have a choice over what comes out of my sack.
Technically, all of them are face spirits.
So that's
Oh,
a
are they?
sentence you have now heard.
I did that on purpose. but I have never pulled out a wolf.
I mean,
Grey could technically inhabit any of them because they are all face spirits.
As it's just now,
Oh.
excuse me, I am going to pat this wolf, and I am going to pat it good.
As
Yeah,
you
he's
approach
going to do the,
Oren,
"Oh, are you a good boy" thing, as he's trying to pat this wolf.
give me an animal handling check.
Oh shit.
Yum, 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 yum.
Let me find my animal handling. Please stop touching my stuff.
I used to
Yeah.
have a right arm. I miss it.
That's 17.
You see Grey is a little bit apprehensive as you approach, but he's not moving. And he seems, other than just reserved, he doesn't look like he's hostile or scared in any way. And he
He's
lets
going
you.
to go in for the good.
And when I say large wolf or enormous wolf, Grey is a dire wolf. So when he sits back, he is almost Remus's height. So he is like his muscle would be like Remus's chin.
You're just the biggest, handsomest boy. You are. You just are. As he is giving the scratches.
You see, Grey is just closing his eyes and he's enjoying the scratches.
I'm petting a wolf.
And as the speak with animals starts fading, you just hear Grey in your saying to you, Remus, just this one seems strange, but fun.
Just before it fades, he says,
Yeah.
I understand. I get the general gist. He's a bit of a weirdo. But then we all are.
All right. So, Oren, you just hear back and forth.
Yes. He has no idea. He is just giving the pats.
Remus will then turn to. I've written it down. Is it Aorti? Did you say her name?
Eoni. Eoni.
Sorry, say that again. Eoni.
Yep.
I assume you can potentially sense the stuff around the pool where I assume our bodies currently are.
More or less, yes.
Can you tell me anything about the sword upon my brother's back?
She closes her eyes again and just. And. The sword or the spirit?
Both. Well, we already know the spirit's called Lynette. And she's a right bitch. The sword, I'm hoping, is just.
Yes.
I'm hoping the sword is just a sword and Lynette is just attached to it for some reason. But I mean, yeah.
Yes. And no. The spirit is. You say her name is Lynette. I don't sense that, but I sense she is of Mabar, the Dark Realm. And she's old, older than I am.
Shit.
The sword. powerful in its own right, but made worse with the spirit. I get an image of lights falling through the skies. I haven't tried anything like that in very long. No. The spirit is the problem, but be careful, the sword is sharp.
No shit, it cut me to fucking ribbons this morning.
She closes her eyes again and just tilts her head back and forth a little bit and Yes, the sword is sharp, but not much more than that hammer is blunt.
Okay, that completely goes over his head.
Now, would you like me to return you to your bodies? Or...
Yes. I would.
Oh,
Yes.
I suppose so.
Well, Sprig and Grey can come with you if you want. They won't be seen, but they can follow you at least until the edge of the woods.
As enjoyable as their company may be, doesn't get the whole idea of them not crossing over at all. I'm sure they have things that they would much rather be doing.
Right. Well, to come back, all you need to do is dive under the waters. And don't drink of the pond again. At least not until the plants have worn off.
I didn't drink it.
No, you dove straight into it.
Yeah.
Be careful so you don't catch hypothermia.
Oh, yeah.
The nights are cold in winter.
Is he still naked when we cross back over?
I mean, unless Romulus and Bastion dressed him, he will be naked.
Oh God.
It's fine.
Fine.
All right.
I'm sure I've got the exact same things you have got. I'm sure.
So potentially a tiny little bit smaller because of the cold.
How dare you?
All right. Are you hopping back
It's
through?
just inverse thermal expansion.
All right. Going back in time a little bit to Romulus and Bastion. Standing there at the edge of the pond, two unconscious traveling companions on the ground. Bastion is rummaging through all of the papers he knows, to the absolute panic and anxiety of Archimedes. About 10 minutes have passed at this point, 15 maybe. And you can see the air shifting slightly around Oren as heat rises and as the night gets colder around you. It's not a huge change. It's only been a few minutes, but you can tell that while you're in the forest and the trees give you some shelter from the winds, it is cold. It's still the middle of winter.
Am I still asleep?
Yeah. So this is just a few minutes before you would wake up.
Excellent.
I make sure the nips are covered.
All right.
And that,
Crude.
and that they're as close to the fire as I can get them, just so that they have some form of warmth
Okay.
when they do eventually wake up. And then they should be somewhat comfortable.
All right. As you finish
He
setting
just
up
got
the
near
fire.
sleeping elf, right?
Sorry, what?
He just got near the sleeping elf to move him, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing so. Unless you moved the
No.
unless you built the fire next to them. Because you would have to move one or the other one of them to get them near each other to build a fire next to them.
I could move the fire closer to them.
Yeah, so Oren would be on one side of the pond. Remus is a little bit up near the rocks. So you would either have to move Oren or Remus to build a fire next to both.
I'm just thinking, careful, there is a scorpion in my pocket.
Yeah, and that's not a euphemism.
No, it's not.
I'm not wearing clothes, so yeah.
I put like a blanket or something on you just so that you're
Covered, right.
covered. Yeah. So I'll probably move Oren because he's significantly lighter than Remus.
Ow.
I object to that comment.
Muscle way more than fat.
It does. It does.
Aaron is not fat.
Or muscly.
No, he's not.
All right. As you finish setting up the fire, you hear movement behind you, Romulus. And let's see. Who would wake up first? Remus. You start stirring. And opening your eyes, you see Romulus tinkering around with a fire, and the warmth starting to creep up over you as it just gets that started. Romulus, you hear that rustling behind you and turn around to see Remus open his eyes.
Ah, you're finally awake.
He looks down and starts frantically patting his body to make sure he's not in that weird white robe.
No, you're in your clothes now.
Yes, I am awake. That was interesting.
What happened? Because we tried to wake you. Like, found this weird basket of like stuff upstream with these kind of weird herbs in. I don't know what they are. Figured that might have been it, but what happened?
Well, I don't quite get it, but we met this lovely lady called Ione, who is a bit of gatekeeper / guardian of the Crossroads to Lamania. And she wasn't entirely sure how I was able to get there because I shouldn't really have been able to get there, but I was there anyway. And then we had this conversation, and we met this really nice wolf called Gray, and we had a nice chat. And she was talking. We asked about all sorts of bits and pieces. She said she used to look after this old Crossroads, and she used to get loads of visitors. Now she doesn't. And Oren suggested we should make a new station here so that she can have visitors, and we can have like. Next stop, the Feywilds on our next stop, as a destination. All they need to do is like dunk in the water, and then they're good to go. Yeah. Oh, and Lunette is from. Oh, fucking hell! I can't even read my own writing. Maribel?
Maba.
The Dark Realm.
Yes.
Maba.
Oh.
And then she's older than Oni, although I didn't check to see how old Oni was, so it's old.
Okay, that's interesting.
Remus, actually, give me a wisdom check. Just a straight up wisdom.
It's a 9.
Eoni was old. She looked old.
I called her a young lady.
Yeah. She liked that, but yeah, she was old.
She's the guardian of a tree. And the Crossroads. So, like, yeah. Is Oren still naked?
As you're...
I've covered them out.
Yeah. Yeah, Oren's under a blanket.
Good. Kind of not looking forward to the idea of coming back and just seeing his wet ass in the air or whatever it's going to end up looking like.
On that note, Oren, you wake up to the tail end of that sentence.
What? Asked? What? Right. Scooches closer to the fire. So, we should make a train station here. Yep.
Yeah, so I've been told, like, Remus was telling me about your experience.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I got to pet a wolf.
Jealous.
Real big wolf.
That is very cool. Interesting. Well, I'm sure we can arrange for a stop to be put here. Maybe not too close to the spring. You don't want the surrounding area to be too
Ruined, but
yeah.
a little path in, and
yeah,
wolves
maybe
everywhere. Like, do not swim unless you want to be teleported to a strange land with a wolf and a lady.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, glad that you're both back. Get yourself warmed up by the fire, and yeah, we can continue resting. I know you've already had a head start.
Why?
It was weird, brother. It was like, when people talked about their dreams when we were kids.
Yeah.
It was kind of like what they talked about, but like, it wasn't a dream.
Oh.
Maybe you should try it. Like, apparently what you need to do is kind of like dunk your head under the water and you can...
Should I? Okay. might as well. And I take my glove off and I just dip hand into the water to see if that does anything.
Bastien looks between the three of you and just goes, absolutely not. And goes back to his papers.
I'll turn to Oren and go, we'll wait until he's asleep.
Alright. Romulus, after a couple of minutes, you feel a tingling sensation start creeping up from your hand, all the way up your skin, and then darkness. And you wake like blink, look around you, and you see an elk standing by the waterfront. No wolf. Wolf is gone somewhere. And you see an older woman standing by a really, really old tree, just almost like combing the bark to get rid of flaky areas, and just she looks over at you and the one with the sword.
Oh, the sword. You must be Ione.
I see they told you about me. Yes, I am.
Yeah, they did. I was fascinated. I wanted to come and meet you myself.
Another one of the
I heard
strange ones. Anyway.
you. Yes, you met my twin brother. It was only recently we found out that we were strange ones.
Oh,
We never knew our heritage.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Strange is wonderful. I am from a realm of the strange, the bizarre, the kooky, if you will. But I must say I've never met ones like you before.
Curious.
It's odd. Interesting.
Very. We've never met anyone like us before either. It's only been us. Like we don't know our parents. We don't know where we came from. So it's a bit of a mystery to us as well.
Well, I do hope you find the answers you're looking for.
Me too. And I'm sure, as you've noticed, and I point to where my sword would be, but obviously I'm probably...
Yeah, no, you're in the white robes. Nicely made, very simple, off-white linen robes.
I like this. Yeah, I'm trying to rid myself of this Lynette.
I wish I could help, young one. I'm just the guardian of the Crossroads here.
From what I've heard from my brother, any and all information that you gave him is more than enough. So I wanted to come and thank you personally.
You're very kind. And if what your brother and the elf told me, I might have more visitors soon. It's been so very long.
We'll make sure that the area will stay as pristine as possible. We don't want anything to get ruined and stuff like that.
I appreciate that.
We'll make sure that we are mindful during the process.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem at all. Just wanted to come and give my thanks and to meet you personally, and yeah, perhaps even come back one day, because I think that'll be. You sound like a very pleasant conversation.
You're such a flatterer, young one.
I do try.
And succeed. Now, I don't think you want to spend your entire evening talking to an old one like me.
I wouldn't mind another time. So I'll make sure to come back and say hello.
That would be nice.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and I suppose I should be getting back off to my realm of existence.
But you never really left, now did you?
Very true. Very true.
Oh,
I bid you farewell for now. Oh.
Look after your brother. I feel he might be in for some trying times.
I'll do my best. Thank you. He's all I have. So I'll do my best.
Oh dear.
Strange sometimes and difficult. Now, in order for you to come back, you kind of have to leave. I don't want to chase you out, but I sense you are going somewhere else.
You are correct. Right. Until next time.
Until
Yoni.
next time.
And I go back.
Yep. You find
Has
yourself.
anyone ever, in a serious way, ever used the sentence "until next time" without vaguely sounding like either you're on a TV show or you're a villain of some sort?
Carnis, you obviously haven't watched the VODs back. Romulus is definitely a villain of some sort in this piece.
I'm trying not to be.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be good.
Because it was definitely the sword that made you skewer that assassin.
Yeah.
Anyway, you come back to the material plane next to the pond. Your hand is cold after having been left in the cold night air with like water up past your wrist. You won't be gone maybe 5 minutes, but you can definitely feel that it's winter. Bastion is
like,
looking
well,
at you with an eyebrow raised, just why?
She is pleasant conversation, and I'll certainly be up for returning back here sometime.
I really
Hmm.
like her.
Me too.
I'm sure this is completely out of character, but I'm certainly going to say this. I'm sure nothing can go wrong by us putting a gateway to the Fey realms as part of a route on our train core.
Well, of course.
As
Oh.
long as
I'm
we make
absolutely
proper
certain.
portions.
Oh
I'm
yes,
absolutely
nothing
certain
will go
nothing
wrong.
will go wrong.
It's called broadening your views.
A cheap way to new horizons. All right. Bastion is starting to make the evening notes and putting together a retelling of what has occurred. Then walks up a little bit to. Wait, did he already do the sending for this day? Might have. I'm gonna say that he just puts together the notes because I can't remember if we did the sending or not.
The only reason why we might have done that if we were asking whether or not we should deal with the wyvern or not, but I don't think that was. I think that was the first time, and then we had a couple of days of
I think
travel
so.
after that.
He's gonna walk off, do the sending to Derek, but what you've discovered, you will reluctantly add the Lamania Crossing station idea to Derek, and then he'll come back and just add a. Derek thinks it's a great idea to have a Lamania Crossing. Sometimes I feel I'm the only sane person in this.
I feel like I'm eating crazy pills.
Yes. All right. Who's on first? Anything else you
What's
want to
on
do?
second?
Yeah, who's on first? Anything else you want to do before you head off to bed? Because it is getting late. It's fully dark right now.
Into the wide blue yonder.
No, I think, Oren's probably, not Bastion, Remus? Romulus, whichever one went in. I get them mixed up so much. You probably had started the evening meal, but it's probably simple fare, like spiced bread and some of that leftover pork haunch.
Oh yeah,
and
you got the boar, yeah.
Yeah, he'd have used some of the spices from his spice bag for that as well. But other than that, nah. You also would have gotten the rest of it.
All right. You have a nice evening meal of relatively fresh boar. It was caught that same day. It was also tenderized against some rocks. Boar flying from great height does tenderize it against rocks.
Yes.
So who is on first watch? Or do you want to set watches?
I could do first watch.
I'll do whatever watch is most comfortable for the rest of you.
If you take third watch,
Yep, that will work.
then in theory Remus can take. No, if you take second watch, and we do it over. So if you take second watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, take second watch, and then Remus will take the third. So Remus will go to sleep straight away, and then get woken up by Oren. So he'll still get his 6 hours.
Yep. And then Bastion is on last. All right. So, Brain Romulus, please give me a perception check. Standing watch next to the fire, next to the pond. The moonlight starts shining in through the open hole that makes up this clearing. It's a hole in the canopies, and it is almost eerily calm. You get that same sensation of a place that usually has a lot of life in it being quiet at night, that you got back in the marshes.
Liminal.
Yes, the liminal space kind of feeling. Not in a bad or unsettling way. The areas feel safe. From time to time you see small animals skittering by, but nothing really eventful happens. And you go to wake up Oren.
Yes.
Nothing to report. Seems like a quiet night at the moment.
Nothing new at the Western Front.
All right, Oren, please give me a perception check.
Perception. Perception. That is that one. 6.
The moonlight does fun ripples, fun patterns on the pond.
I should poke it with a stick.
The fire is nice, and you get lost in your thoughts for a moment, and then realize that, oh, you're supposed to be watching. But
I patted a wolf.
yes, you did pat a wolf, a very big wolf.
Best boy.
But the your watch passes uneventfully,
Excellent.
and you go to wake up Remus.
Yeah, he will poke Remus a wake. Just nothing to report, but sure is pretty out there.
Okay.
All right. Remus, please give me
It's
a.
your turn for watch. Obviously.
Does he sense that it's been quite well? Like the general gist has been, it's all okay, right?
Yeah. The general gist so far is it's
So-
all okay. It's strangely quiet, but not in a bad way.
So, can I not really pay attention during my watch,
Yeah, absolutely.
and instead take the wyvern stinger out of my pack and start trying to thread it onto the top of a javelin so that I can turn it into like a
Yep.
poison throwing javelin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you do.
A sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Yay.
It's not pretty, but you do manage to not actually sting yourself with it and poison yourself with it.
Good.
And as far as I know, you did take the poison, most of the poison out of it and put it into vials, but it's still poisonous. It's still, there's
Yeah.
still
We said
residues
had
on
one
it.
charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's still residue on it, but you managed to not actually sting yourself with it.
Cool.
You feel that it'll probably hold. It's very sharp. And
I mean, it's a one-use item kind of thing anyway. He kind of expects that.
yeah,
He's kind of expecting it to be like a wyvern-based pleum. You
Yeah.
throw it, and the stinger stays in, and the javelin comes back out again for reuse later.
yeah, basically that's what's going to happen, because even though you manage to get it to stick there, it's not gonna fall off. If you actually hit something, it's just gonna stick there unless you use force to get it out again.
Yep.
Force and a dagger, probably. You're probably gonna have to cut it out of whoever it hit.
I mean, that could be arranged.
But as you make this thing, night is quiet. You do hear some small critter moving around in the underbrush. But you get that same kind of liminal space sensation. It's almost like this whole clearing it's a world of its own, even aside from the in-betweens that you are in. But okay, where did I put you? There you are. You go to wake up Bastion at the end of your watch.
Yes.
Okay.
And then probably start making breakfast for everybody as well.
Okay. I'm gonna make a perception check. Oh, hello. Towards the end of Bastion's watch, you see him straighten up suddenly and look over. What is it? Northeast-ish. And you see him tense up, and then you hear Bastion call out, "Who goes?" And Andy. Who does Bastion see? Hello?
Yes.
Your character.
Words. I'm using them. Yes. I'm not going to say preoccupied. It's in that sense. It's more of a I'm preoccupied trying to figure out who the hell my character is. Because it's been a while since I've been around this fellow. But yes, medium a medium height, dark-haired fellow, somewhat properly clad, enjoying the good in life. He's not necessarily making himself known by sticking out as in, oh, he's odd, but yes, Craren, he's out and about, let's call it, for reasons.
All right. And as Bastion calls out Remus, you would hear it as well. The other two are probably still asleep, unless you're starting to wake up at this point. But yeah. And you see.
Yes. Well, so I say, yes, I'm Craren, and who are you?
Bastion.
Remus.
Fancy meeting other people in this backwater.
Yeah.
Remus takes a slight offence to insulting Ioni's home.
He
Alright.
has no reason to know any of this.
Nope.
I know. Does that mean he can't take offence to someone?
But at the same time, it's like, but yes, it's cold. It's fuck off o'clock, and it's like, yes, meeting people in the middle of nowhere. Yes, of course, is like, yeah. Fancy meeting other people here.
I mean,
Of
we
all
are
places.
here for a particular purpose. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm on a journey. Let's call it.
That's what I would say.
Oh yes, but it's less of an exploratory journey and more of a, let's call it, business. And ran into in how the fuck do you even pronounce that? Thraklorn. Yes, that one. It's one of those reading words. It's not the same as pronouncing words, and since there's no pronouncing key for this, yeah.
Thraklorn is a city. Yeah.
Yes. Ran into a elf called Valeriel, and managed to get some modicum of information that someone may be up for grabs for a fancy penny. Should let's call it justice be brought upon them. And you seem to
Remus steps behind Oren.
Would Oren be awake yet?
You need 4 hours, so I'd say you'd be coming upon the tail end of your trance. You're still sort of conscious, but
So yeah, I think he kind of understands what's going on and is just, I'm just going to continue getting my nap. That guy comes for me.
yeah. Bastion is the only one who is awake and alert.
Yes. So
now at the same
Remus
time.
Remus kind of moves behind Bastion.
Now, at the same time, I will have to say I'm not here to cause troubles because I have business otherwise. I gather information is sort of what I do. And I figured you wanted this piece of information, not because you're hiding from me per se, but know that you are wanted in places.
Who is wanted in places?
A Remus is wanted for a tally of 8,000 gold pieces for deserting the blade marks.
Is that more or less than last time?
That is 10 times more than last time.
Oh, okay.
You have a feeling that the note that you picked off the person might not have been correct. Because it's been 3 days. Could not have gone up that much in 3 days.
I was kind of hoping that the news that the person had already died had got back there. It's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Cool, right. And
Now,
how
mind you,
widespread
they
is...
also want you alive, so no one is going to harm you.
Does it mean I can't harm them?
Exactly. These things go both ways.
Oh shit. How widespread is the knowledge that I am needed? That I am wanted by the blade marks. Like, is it as soon as we hit some
Now,
sort of civilization, likely to be on every tavern fucking wall?
From what I gather, it's not hammered up on posts yet. It's a matter of politics. They want you on trial for what happened. They want justice, but they also don't want the bad press. But since they can't find you, they want people to do the deed for them.
And you're here to not...
I'm here
collect
on
on that
vastly
bounty.
different business. I just happened to be running by. I wasn't expecting to catch up with you guys for a couple of more weeks.
Okay, and what is your other business in this area for? If you are information gatherer.
I'm gathering information, and information winds up in the most interesting of people. And the most interesting of people are normally the ones with a price on their head. So naturally, I'm a curious person, and I can bring you information, the knowledge of this bounty, and maybe you can bring me information further down the line. Who knows?
Right.
Also check
Bastian,
your math. Yes.
what do you think? I don't normally do a lot of that.
Bastion's gonna look over this interloper for a moment. And he seems sketchy. But so does everyone to me. I don't trust anyone, especially not in this group. Oh, I trust you guys with my life. But nothing more.
Excellent insight there.
Yeah, I think on finally deciding to wake up, it's just, I see how it is. Trust me with your life, but not your money or your wife, huh?
I'm not married.
That doesn't matter.
I'll probably be waking up by this point as well, I'd imagine.
Rude.
Well, it seems we need to find other means of bringing okay, heads, nice, okay. Craren gets a hero point. It seems I need to go and have a chat with our employer. Our group keeps changing. And I don't...
Is that so?
Yes.
He's still a little upset because I showed up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was upset because Valerial left. I thought they were getting on like a house on fire. With both of them
Nah.
inside.
So
Whilst it burned down around them.
Yes.
Huh?
When you...
What?
Cried and you started saying something.
Wandering boss option? Okay. That's a statement. I feel you, Tony. I feel you. And I would do the same.
Just with that statement, it's a no from Psycole. All right. Yes, you were saying
I'll take
something,
whatever you
Kraden.
throw at me.
Yes, and I have no idea what.
All right.
Sorry.
Well,
No, not at all. It's more of my brain isn't quite functioning, so it's more of I trying to keep one sentence at a time, which is why I can go off on a tirade and then just words happening, because then at that point my brain is in the flow and then it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. So yeah.
That's fine.
Bastion is going to look between everyone. It seems one of us needs to go back somewhere and actually talk to Derek about all these newcomers. If none of you want to volunteer, I shall do it.
I mean, you mean the same Derek that has sent me here? Because, well, not necessarily sent me, but more of a don't hate it. Don't shoot the messenger. It's more of a I'm here. I can help. I ease relations. It's what I do. And from how I understand it, you are sowing seeds of diplomacy. And information works with us.
You've been talking to. I'm not sowing any seeds. You know of.
I don't quite think that he means those type of seeds.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I shall try and find a way to ease our way of communication. Yeah, I have the sending stone that Derek gave us.
Yeah.
Can give that to one of you, and I shall find... what does he have? You cannot have my coffee, but I shall set off to... back to Derek, and if he's not back in the bay, I shall find him at the capital. And then I shall contact you once I have his sending stone.
Cool. You're going to leave the map with us so that we can kind of like magically mark our route as we go and all of that jazz.
That would make life easier.
Much like a cat lost in a bustling street at night, yes, you will be helpless without a map. I shall leave it with you because that is our job.
All right.
Cool. And I don't suppose you could ask Derek for another favor when you're talking to him, could you?
I shall try.
Given half the party's aversion to sunlight at the moment, and the fact that we seem to be traveling more at night, anything that means that it'll be easier for me to see at night might be useful. As much as I don't mind stumbling around with a torch, sometimes being dark is better.
That is one of the most profound things you have said so far, and so true. Sometimes being dark is better.
Do you agree killing things is better than sometimes than doing other shit then?
No. Well, yes, but also no. We shall only kill those who deserve it. Those whose souls have been tainted by... I don't know. Why are you in try?
I mean, if I'm
I'll
paid
listen
to
to
kill
what you
someone, they
preach.
must deserve it, right?
Someone believes
Sorry,
so.
Aaron.
Yes? Oren?
I'll listen to what you're preaching, Bastion.
It's less about preaching and more about trying to keep what's left of my tarnished soul in this company.
I thought that's what the coffee was for.
That helps.
Oh, okay.
So,
He's so cranky.
so let's see. You will get the magic map.
Magic.
Magic map. And the brain. Come on, sending stone.
I will leave them in the capable hands of Romulus.
And
I
is there
will.
anything else he can give you that would be handy?
The 4 health potions.
Oh yeah, he has them right. He hasn't written them down. But yes, 4 health
Oh.
potions.
Okay.
They are regular health potions, so the 1d... Is it 1d4 or 2d4? Brain.
1d4 plus 1.
Yes, that should be
Roll.
correct. Going.
Boy.
No, it's not an elixir health. Brain. Anyway.
Good boy.
So, yes, Bastion will leave you as you set off after breakfast. Making his way...
A regular potion of healing. A common potion of healing.
I think it's the common one. It's...
2d4 plus 2. That's the
Potion
one you're looking for.
of
Yeah.
healing. Yeah, I want to say it's the... Yeah, it's the 2d4 plus 2 one. Potion of healing.
Handy.
Before we start traipsing off.
Yep.
Oren would approach our resident fugitive.
You're going to have to be a little bit more specific.
There's at least
One that has
the,
the
the
1,000 gold piece bounty on his head.
Ah, yes.
again more specific.
And he is going to propose 2 things. First
Not
thing,
right now.
he's
We've only
going-
just met.
Not that. Not yet. No. He is going to pull out his disguise kit and suggest that maybe we do a little bit of cosmetic tweaking to make you less noticeable, like less able to be picked up as who you are. And second, that if we get the chance, we perhaps cosmetically tweak some, I don't know, scoundrel that we find along the way to look like you and then turn them in for the reward money.
I like the way you think.
Ooh.
But I have my own ways of dealing with my appearance.
Oh, well.
If we come across somebody, and I will, it's a once per day thing, so I will shift to look like Oren, using my masquerade tattoo that gives me one use of disguise self.
I think disguise
That-
self lasts for a long time, though.
I think it only lasts for a day. For an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only for an hour.
Oh yeah, it's seeming to last longer, I think.
Yes. So effectively, I kind of transform myself to look like Oren, including all of the equipment and stuff like that. I mean, I can only do this for an hour, but this should deal with most encounters.
Let's just hope that it doesn't wear off halfway through walking through a city or something like that.
That's what the hammer's for. Or the great axe. Or the hand axes. Or the fist. Or Romulus.
Right.
One of the four. One of the five.
So,
I forget the business
basically,
singer.
though, we managed to find somebody that shares a significant resemblance to you. I could tweak them to look almost exactly like you, and then we turn them in for the reward money. And we also get the the authorities off your tail for a while. Plus, we'd then have the reward money.
It sounds like a brilliant idea. And I
Yeah.
eye Bastion's back as he probably starts walking away from us. It's like, I'm so glad he's not with us anymore.
Yeah, you hear Bastion give off a sound very much like a distressed Archimedes. And just
One of the beauties with disguise self is that you can actually also disguise your height.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, not
I
by
do that
much, but
anyway.
you can be a foot shorter, for example.
I do that anyway, and takes him. I think he wanders off for a few minutes, comes back, and he looks completely different. He even looks shorter, as he's used his disguise kit to slip into his second identity.
Nice.
Still a drow, but definitely a different identity. No, I think he not drow. Still an elf, but different identity there, which is a class feature of the charlatan, or a background feature of the charlatan. They have a second identity.
Nice. All right. Bastion is on his way back towards the coast, the west coast. You guys have just finished breakfast, and
Breakfast.
what would you like to do?
Wow.
I suppose we figure out where we need to go next.
Yes.
That's right. That's why you have the map.
All right.
So I look at the map and try to decipher where we need to go, making it very evident that my map reading abilities are not that good.
All right.
And here I chose away having an item that would always let us know where north is.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so what would that be?
Remus doesn't quite trust Karen yet because he's literally just walked up to the party and turned around and said, "Oh, by the way, there's a bounty on your head, and it's for 10 times as much as the last person who said there's a bounty on his head."
Yeah.
He's not going to give you the all-important map that tells you where we need to go.
No. Craren wasn't, or me, player, wasn't even remotely suggesting that Craren was. More of an observation that I was picking through uncommon and uncommon items. It is handy to know which way is north, especially when you're fucking lost. And Craren is always fucking lost because he has no sense of direction.
Don't give you the map either.
So, Romulus, you can give me a straight. What would that be? Survival check. As you're trying to figure out. Not bad.
Okay. Okay.
Let me actually check. With the dealing with the ambush a few hours, the previous day, and then dealing with the wyvern, you have steered a little bit south of the drawn line, but only by like a couple of hours at most. And it's not a strict one. It's not a strict line. You have to walk this exactly. So you're a little bit south of it, of the line, and but you can easily find a nice walkable path through the deep woods that will lead you east towards your planned destination.
Well, me, I will lead the way, I think.
I'd also say with a 16 survival, your supplies are running low.
Ooh.
I think we need to make a pit stop or do some foraging and or hunting.
Oh, I'm another character right now. I can try to forage, I suppose.
How far is closest? I mean, player question. How far is closest city-esque thing from here?
That would be the one you came from, which is Thrake. No, the closest one from where you're at right now is.
I'm more of a heading to, obviously.
So you came from. Yeah.
No idea where we are.
You came from Thrakelorn, which is roughly.
Can I get a map of this? Because I have no
Yes.
idea where we are.
Yes, there is a map in the Discord thing, but let me give you that.
I'm sure it is, but where?
There. Map.
Because my brain doesn't work, you know.
Yes, and I will open the map. I think I have a map. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna move you guys here. And zoom out a bit so I can show you where you're at. So you are roughly here.
Wrong button. Where are we?
You see the red
Above the
Pin.
P of Patrican.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or below the W of the deep wood.
So right there. The
Yes.
nearest major settlement would be either Patraken or the small fishing village that Derek mentioned that is right at the north point of the lake, or Thrakelorn, which is way over here. Although the closest at all is the Druid village, which is 4 days back. But you're not
we
welcome there.
are not welcome. Well, 2 of you are not welcome there.
Yeah. I think our best bet is to probably do some foraging and hunting.
I can certainly try to hunt.
I think Remus wouldn't mind doing that either. I'm curious though, what this little area is here. Is this an area of interest, or is it just like a?
No, where? So those squares with the line through are ruins. So ruins or areas of interest.
Okay.
Hmm.
If we're curious, if we get enough supplies, maybe we could take a little detour there. We wanted to see if we can find anything of note. But I think our main priority at the moment will be to find supplies.
Yes.
We are running low.
Can we estimate how long it would take us to get to Patricon?
Let me check. It would.
Yes, words. I was looking at. I'm not pronouncing that.
I wish there was a pronunciation guide, but there is not. So I've just gone with the Patraken because thing. It is roughly. Let me see. But through this terrain, about 4 days.
And how many days worth of supplies have we still got?
With the counting, you have 2 days.
Okay, so it doesn't. Yeah, foraging is.
Yeah, and Kraran has a number of rations with him, obviously, because he's recently left the town. So he's, while not stupidly stocked up, he's having some. That should keep for a few more days.
I can also continue to Disney princess shit.
Yeah. Okay. So those of you who would like to do some foraging,
I like that this is a verb now, nonetheless.
those of you who would like to
I
do
would
some
love to
foraging as you continue your travels, please roll me a survival check.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, Oren, you do find a few berries that are frozen solid. You do find blueberry shrubs, but it's the middle of winter, so unfortunately they're all frozen.
Frozen
How
blueberry
quickly would
sounds
you say
terrible.
things are thawing?
I mean, the few blueberries you managed to find thaw in your hand, but they are basically freeze dried.
But no, I'm mostly saying that Kraran, for reasons, is emanating warm.
Oh yeah. Yes. As you're walking through, the rest of you, the 3 of you, can either stand really close and be very warm and cozy, or you can just see this cloud of heat emanating from Kraran.
Just casually.
Yeah.
You're right, dude. You look a bit hot and bothered.
Oh no, not at all, not at all. Just one of those trinkets I've picked up over the years of traveling from here and there, and he picks out a small cube in his hand. It's handy. It prevents you from having to make make campfires and things of the sort. Prevents you from being seen. It's really handy in the night. And then just casually stuffs it back into the pocket and just continues onwards, looking around him. But never mind the part where he's a ball of steam, essentially, just walking around.
Yeah, as he held out
Never
the
mind that
cube,
part.
you could see, compared to the air, the heat. It was like looking down a hot street.
It is,
in
however,
summer.
a dry heat.
Yes, it is.
Because it's a 3-inch cube of solid brimstone that generates enough dry heat to keep the temperature within 15 feet to at least 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees Celsius.
Eberron is going to edge as close to you as you'll possibly let him.
Remus works further away. He definitely prefers it colder than 35 degrees.
I'll try and find the coldest.
Temperature, distance, handy.
Yes. So
Oren is now riding Quarren.
the,
In public. Not in public.
I mean, Remus with a 21, however.
If you're inviting.
Me.
For once during this whole journey, you managed to actually surprise a deer by being quiet enough for it to not notice you and strike through with a javelin throw. And
He trips on the way back.
yes, with the deer over your shoulders, just whoop, thump.
Oh, that's handy.
But you do manage to get the deer back, and after spending some time, you take 1 bludgeoning damage from face planting with a
Okay.
deer on your shoulders. Doesn't
I would
really
like to.
matter.
2 seconds. There's a pun in here.
Yes,
Oh dear. Carry on.
that pun hurt more than the yes.
Yes. We all take 2 psychic damage.
Yes.
Hey.
1d4.
Yes, and after
Fantastic.
with that 21, I'm also gonna say you managed to clean it perfectly, and then spend most of your watch smoking and drying whatever you don't eat that night.
Oren, if he's doing that, will leave his spice pouch for him, by the
Yeah.
way.
Nice.
So he can spice some of that meat however he wants. My spice pouch is magical. I would suggest not using more than 9 pinches of spice, or there'd have to be a roll to see how my spice pouch goes, I think.
Yeah.
I think something like that, yeah.
Remus will not cook with any spices because he is bland as shit.
Because he's
Smoking is a spice, right?
Yes,
Ah,
he's British. Exactly.
I've seriously met Irish people who thought that white pepper was too strong.
In a serious way, nonetheless.
Yes.
A friend
Uh,
like that.
And yeah, you.
I just found out I'm allergic to jalapenos, so it's very much a case of I'm allergic to the least spicy chili. Like,
Not by
fuck.
choice, though.
No, but still, like
Yeah.
very much like fuck.
So yeah, with your hunting and preserving of the meat and finding some, I'd say Oren, even with this 10, you do find some herbs that you can use to season food with, and a couple of freeze-dried edible mushrooms. But by a couple, I mean like 4. You can use it to season things with, but that's it. But you do have enough meat for the group, medium size deer, I'd say for another 5 days before you have to start worrying about it. So
that's
7
That's a healthy
total.
chunk of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get us to town, at least. least.
Possibly, yeah. And yeah, you continue your journeys, relatively uneventful, until you finally see a thinning of the trees. It's been almost mind-numbing. All the tall ancient trees, the thick canopies above. It's been nice for Romulus and Oren because it's constant dim light under the trees, doesn't hurt your eyes at all. But for those who don't actually enjoy dim light, it's dull. Not a whole lot has happened. The wyvern is long dead. The most exciting you've seen during a watch was a small group of wolves that walked through the trees, making sure staying clear of you.
Does Romulus still have the light sensitivity, though?
Yes.
Oh.
Lunette said that there is a way to remove it, but she can't do it.
Okay.
She can give, but she can't take.
Yeah. And about 6 days after meeting Craren and 9 days after leaving the druid's village, you finally reach the end of the deep wood forest and step out onto gentle slope leading downwards towards the fields, and looking out through the tree line, it's midday roughly. You see, Remus, you recognize this. You saw it through the eyes of the jackdaw. But you see almost an endless field that reaches all the way to the horizon, and at the very furthest back is a wide mountain range. Pale blue against the blue sky. Different blue, but still. And it's seemingly the only thing between you and this field of yellowing grass is a single enormous tree that seems to stand on a little bit of a platform leading out from the tree line, and then a cliff behind it. The ground around this tree is dead and dying, corrupted. The tree itself is grey and dull, and the moss on it looks more like dying, more like spiderweb than moss. And it seems to be blocking your path. You can either double back and continue from another point, or try to walk around it. Or you can walk through it.
You can walk through trees there?
I mean, you can try.
Do
What is
I
that
remember any
madness?
tales of this tree from my mercenary days at all?
Give me a history check.
-1 it is. Oh, bloody hell. 17.
Yeah, there were some stories, mostly just drunken ramblings from older people in a group about a large, angry tree at the line of the deep wood. Most in the group were like, "You're just drunk, go away." or those who believe it was like, yeah, those druids are insane, killing trees like that. But there was tales about a large ancient tree that had this ground cracked around it and some weird disease spreading from it.
Hmm.
I will relay that to the party.
All right.
How close are we to having matchsticks being invented?
Made from you or the tree?
More of a comment on that's a huge matchstick.
Oh no,
But
matchsticks
that
are a
would make
thing.
no sense in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
matchsticks are a thing, but not safety matches.
Yeah. But yes, that is a huge fuck of matchstick. You think it burned?
I'd say so.
Suppose we could try. Do you think that's safe? It looks kind of ominous and dying.
And on top of that, it's near the forest.
That is true. That is true. Tickling thought, though. Tickling thought.
Mm.
Is it always fire with you?
No,
Okay.
not at all. Just more of a old tree going away. Normally, you scorch
Oh.
things to make to spread seeds for future generation of forest. But yes, this is far
no.
too close to the forest.
I was just wondering because you're really warm. And then you're talking about setting the tree on fire, and I'm just like,
yes.
is he a fire thing? Are you a fire thing?
I'm not a fire thing.
Okay.
Hello?
I'm sorry if that is a point to you.
Oh, nah. I was just curious. But I do think if we're gonna have the train line come through here, this ominous, creepy tree probably has to go.
It's based on the stories of the corruption that surrounds it. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, so
Agreed.
what do we do? Dig it up?
I mean, I'm semi-surprised the druids haven't tried to do something with it.
I mean, corruption. Is it
But the
natural
lane-
corruption or is it magical corruption?
You can give me an Arcana check if you want. Arcana or nature?
Naturally, it's Arcana. Just saying.
It
That's a 25.
with a 25, a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. There's definitely something about the tree that has magic in it. And I'm not entirely sure what type of magic that would be. Let me double check.
I mean,
But it is druid magic. Definitely. It's transmutation.
Hmm.
And it's
transmutation, not evocation?
no.
Okay, transmutation. Okay.
It's heavily pinging with transmutation, but it has been twisted. So not necromantic or necrotic, but a twisted kind of transmutation. And something in the back of your mind, Craren, that there's something there, but you can't really grasp like what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Something you've read way back when, but you're not entirely sure. And the ground around it is definitely corrupted. It is killing the ground slowly but surely.
Hmm.
We are a group.
You mean both? You mean both of them?
Yeah.
Right. Question then is, I mean, it's not nice to just burn down a tree for the sake of burning down a tree, but this is corruption and it's spreading.
I think it would be putting it out of its misery, mate.
Yeah. Do you think we need to clear out? Do you think we should clear out trees around it, or do you think burning off its roots is good enough, and let it just fall over when it dies? Because it's a big tree to burn down, it will be here for a while.
I'm gonna level with you, mate. I'm the smart one here.
Does anyone else have any other suggestions? Other than just burning off its roots to prevent the corruption from spreading and see what happens.
Well, we do have someone who can wield an axe pretty well. So instead of burning it, perhaps we can chop into it and see how that goes.
Give a whack at one of the farthest away roots and see what happens. As long as it doesn't try to hit you back, I suppose it's a worthwhile try.
Mm-hmm.
If it does start to hit you back, that's a different argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remus is going to walk forward, pull out the battle axe, and swing at one of the roots.
Okay. Please give me an attack roll.
I hate the fact that it is an attack roll, whether or not it's an actual living fighting creature. If you're hitting a door, it's still an attack roll, and that bothers me, because at that point it is like, yes, is this a door mimic? No, it's just a door.
Oops, I didn't want to click that.
You swing your great axe at this tree, and it occurs to you that a great axe is not exactly made for tree felling. Just as the axe just goes thunk into the bark, you see a tiny little splinter fall out, and that's it. And
Really?
15. Remus?
Yeah, that would hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the rest of you see as Remus goes out and hits, one of the large branches come down and just swoop. For 15 bludgeoning damage.
Ow! That's a punch. Are you okay there, mate?
No, you're
I
doing
am
it.
perfectly fine. I am going to rage, take out the warhammer, smack it again.
Oh, but hold on.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Well, that
20.
definitely hits. Yep.
You say that as the second branch comes down and just clobbers you over the head.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Well,
you know what?
fuck.
It. He will still do it.
Yep. 17 will hit.
So it is the
The 6.
6 because he's doing it two-handed. So it's 6 plus 4 plus 1. So it's 10, 11 plus the 2 for the rage. 13.
Okay. And you swing that warhammer straight into the bark. Bark flies everywhere. And yet you have a feeling that should have done more damage. With them, with the force you swung it with. And let's roll initiative.
Ooh, boy.
And I'm good.
Oh, I actually got a decent initiative once. Adana, question.
Yes.
Have out our bag of tricks creatures.
You said you did that every morning, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, they would also be out. The roll for
Who would like to handle a bag of tricks creature, by the way?
I love the
I see.
fact that I rolled a nat 20 for the tree and it's an 18. For fuck's sake.
Does someone want to have some bag of tricks creatures, or am I going to roll for them?
You can all control the bag of tricks creatures, by the way.
Yes.
All I'm going to say is I'm currently on 12 health, so I will probably end up being knocked out at some point in this fight.
But he gives up again.
I'll roll them and then we can decide who wants to use them. That's a 3, a 6, and a 7. Let me find my bag of tricks.
Yeah, I haven't really sorted them in a...
Baboon,
Okay,
giant weasel, giant hyena.
wait. So, baboon. No, you are not supposed to be on the GM layer. Come on, token. Here we go. Baboon, giant weasel,
And giant hyena.
and giant hyena.
Boy, baboon.
You're not going to forget that one, are you?
I am not.
Nope.
It's fucking large beast. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I'm missing a cantrip, by the way.
Which one?
Sapping Sting.
Didn't I add that one? Maybe. Okay, let me just add that one real quick for you.
Because it's hand. Handy.
Yes. Okay. We roll initiative for the creatures.
I can if you want me to. Well, how do I do that?
Why can't I find? Click on the token and then click on the name in the list.
I sent you the thing on the thing.
Thank you.
I don't see initiative on here.
So if you click in Roll20, if you
Yep.
you click on the token and then on the where it says Orange Menagerie, you should be able to see all the stat blocks. So if you click
Yep.
on the
Hey,
name,
Jason.
it's a in the let's see you see where it says armor class, and then if you go right
I
from
see initiative.
it's kind of annoying to find, but it's right there.
Giant weasel. Giant hyena.
Oh, wow.
Baboon. Those are shit rolls.
Hi, cat. I'm such a horrible person, apparently. Cat is sitting on
Yes.
my carpet and judging me.
Absolutely.
You're not paying attention to me.
I'm so thirsty.
Mhm. Okay. Adding that. Oren, you're out first, I believe.
Let me just move
Nice.
these character sheets so I can find my character sheet. There we go.
No.
Is going to.
You can pop out the character sheets if you want, so that's what I do.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Uh,
He is going to realizing that. Was that? Who was that got hurt? That
Remus.
was Remus. How badly hurt was he? Pretty bad, right?
Yes.
On a scale of 47 to 0, 12 is what he has left.
Okay. First things first, he will viciously mock the tree.
That's a sentence.
Just because he can.
That's a 10.
So it will do 1 psychic damage. Mwahaha.
Your leaves doesn't even crunch.
Ooh.
Then, of course, he can get more than one person with this. Let's see. Up to 3 creatures within range. I don't know if that includes my me. But he'll get Romulus, Remus, and Carnis. Carnis's character, whose name eludes me.
Craren.
And just cast 8. Craren, and he'll just cast 8 on them.
Nice. Is 8 a bonus action? No, it's an action.
Oh, no. My bad. That's an action. My bad. He won't do that. He'll cast freaking the other thing.
Healing word.
Healing word on Romulus, Remus, whoever got hurt. For 6 healing.
Thank you.
Yes. My bad. I always forget that 8 is not a bonus action.
Yeah, no problem.
I just closed freaking character sheet like a moron.
Okay, do you want to move?
Yes, he'll move behind the hyena and the baboon.
Okay.
Actually,
I'm gonna say that because you said you were doing the thing, Remus, you raging and swinging before I said roll initiative, you can have gone into a rage before this started, and you would have 1 swing at the tree. So you can do that now if you want.
I've already done it though, haven't I? Because that was the strike that I've already done.
You did 1 strike, but then you said you were swinging again.
I only get 1 attack at the moment, so...
Yeah, no, so you swung, and then the tree
you want me to do it again?
retaliated, and then you said you were...
Okay, cool.
So you can go into a rage and then... but unfortunately that does not hit. But you are raging.
No.
For this
I feel
one.
like I'm going to need it.
Yes.
A raging workaholic. A working rageaholic.
One of the several.
But this is the first... You see the tree bristle a little bit, as it doesn't really understand what the hell just happened, as it got mocked, and just trying to figure out what is going. So it's gonna give it like a half-hearted swipe at Remus. 15
Yep, that hits.
for 10 bludgeoning, half to 5.
Ah. That's
Yep.
still a punch.
Yes, and the second one is 16
That hits.
for 11, half to 5.
That also hits.
Ow. The tree is... You see the tree suddenly just pull the roots up from where it's standing and stretching out to try and scoot around. How the fuck does it... Okay. To here. No,
was that me that
there.
just pooped out?
No,
I
I think that was all of Discord.
Yeah, all of this score just went bloop. Alright. That's the tree. Craren. Bandy.
Andy? He's dead, Jim.
Hello?
Yeah, apparently battery-powered things need battery.
Oops.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that I've been on a call at work for 7 hours today, so I didn't really have too much battery left.
Fair enough.
Apparently, so
Yes.
it went blonk on me now. Yes. Words. We're using
Yes.
them.
Barbarian getting smacked around by a tree.
Yes. The ye olde tree smacking.
Yes. Apparently.
Naturally.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, because the tree is been viciously mocked, its next attack has disadvantage.
Yeah, it
Yes.
attacked Remus for disadvantage. Still rolled a 15 to hit, though.
Craren feels that this is highly impractical. So he will attempt and see if it's... What's that again? That's a save, right? It's not
Yes. I really hope it will fail this.
an attack.
I got my wish!
I mean,
Ah,
there you...
Remus.
This is now where my mind was going with this. I want to see this tree falling prone now.
Okay, so
Please
the bottom, we just
describe
said
to me
it's
how
free.
this tree falls prone.
Free.
Well,
Question: What is the tree's intelligence?
10.
Okay, that's fine. Because if it was 4 or less, it isn't affected entirely. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
no. No,
it
so
has the same intelligence as me.
Remus
Oren.
standing
No, it is
nearly.
smarter than Oren.
It's smarter than Remus.
So this is now a hysterically laughing and falling over, being prone and incapacitated tree.
Yes. So you see, Remus, next to you, the roots that just pulled out of the ground and started moving towards the giant hyena start shaking slightly, and then the tree starts twitching, and then you just hear a from it, as I try to imitate how bark would sound when it laughs. It does, however, not fall over. And you feel, Craren, that it being a tree, it might be immune to being prone. But it's incapacitated, so you know.
Yes.
And I'm not doing that voice again.
The main thing here was the hope for the incapacitated part.
Yes.
Craren didn't really have any hopes for prone in this particular
Yeah, no.
instance.
It is incapacitated. It is, for lack of a better word, laughing its head off.
It's having a jolly good time.
Yes. And we're gonna do this for
And that's-
incapacitated.
Please tell me you have a laughing tree.
I don't, but it's I don't even have a pun for that. It's a hysterically laughing tree. And
That's
it's
the end of Craren's turn.
all right. Giant hyena.
Who wants to control any of these creatures? I have asked If anyone wants to, they can. If not, I will.
Just go for it, Terris.
Okay. I will send the hyena over to bite the tree.
With advantage.
Just rolled a-
Yes, it runs over. You see the hyena just bite into the roots, but even the bark of the roots is very tough and doesn't seem to be doing anything other than just almost ragdolling the hyena as the roots are twitching with its laughter.
Rude. Okay.
Anything else it can do in its turn?
No, it only has one attack. It doesn't have multi-attack. I don't think anything I've got out today has multi-attack.
Okay, Remus.
Haven't I just had my turn? Oh,
no,
you let me have
that
another
was the
swing,
cold
sorry.
one before we started.
Okay, my brain is not with it. I am going to attempt to whack it with the Warhammer. Is this with advantage now because he's incapacitated?
That's what I'm looking up.
Just
It
normal.
just says can't take actions or reactions. Doesn't say that you have any form of advantage or anything on it, which is kind of weird.
I mean, I'm going to have advantage because I'm going to attack recklessly because
Yep.
I don't care.
That
22?
definitely hits. Yeah.
So it is 8 plus 5 is 12 plus 2 for the rage. 14 in total.
8
Uh,
plus 5 is 13.
Is it? So it is.
Yep.
15 in total.
All right. Hit lands true. You see bark splinter everywhere, and
Make another wisdom save.
yes, you do. Once again, the hammer strikes through, barks flying everywhere, but you don't seem to be doing as much as you'd hope, even with the heavy strikes. You do a significant amount of damage, but not as much as you would have hoped. And that's a wisdom 11? No, 14 was yours, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. It's still laughing through the pain. Yay! Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Because you hit it on the funny bone.
Yes. That was your bonus action and your action.
No, sorry.
Yeah. you
Sorry,
have
I know. I'm just going to stand here and take it like a barbarian.
Okay. Romulus.
I would like to try and mind spike the tree. If that's doable.
Absolutely.
First.
That's not what I wanted to do, but okay.
Giant weasel will do mind spike. That is a wisdom saving throw. 3.
20 damage.
Yes. Whatever Romulus just did caused a massive surge through the tree, and you feel it just shake all over. As it is going to try and break the laughter, and it does. So with that mind spike,
damn
wait,
it.
hold on. On a fail save, you also know the target's location.
Hold on then.
Okay, never mind.
I was gonna say, let me check a thing. That's a save that you're doing, right?
Yes.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, what's that called?
I have no idea.
Lore bards get it.
Cutting words.
Yes.
Mhm.
But I thought that worked on saves too. Or is it just
No.
attacks?
Attack rolls, ability checks, or damage rolls. Oh
Ah.
god damn it! Damage rolls. Nah.
No, for next time. But no,
Yep.
with that massive search of whatever had just happened to the tree, it managed to shake off the laughing. And we are... I'm gonna roll for the baboon as well. No, wait, I'm dumb. Didn't we say all your animals go in your turn? We don't have to roll initiative for them.
They usually do. Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. I figured we'd change that because I was going to give control over to anyone who wants them, basically.
Yeah, they can. Anyone who wants can still control them. It's just they will go on your turn.
That works then.
Which means that we are back. Wait. Remus, Craren, Oren, Romulus. There we are. Okay. Having caused that much damage to the tree, do you want to move, or do you have a bonus action you want to use?
Sorry, much else I've got in mind, so that's my turn.
All right. Seeing as we only have 10 minutes left on this stream, with the tree shaking off the effects of the laughter and then looming back over Remus and the hyena, that is where we are going to be cutting today's session.
Aww.